Hi, boys and girls. This is sort of the wrap-up video for reading. First of all, if you have a reading book, a reading textbook, or library books, or any of the books from my shelf, or your Why America's Free book, please make sure you return those to school next week when we have our drop-off time. We're going to need to get those back. You may keep your Worldly Wise books, though. I'm sure going to love reading through that this summer. But anyway, just as a kind of a wrap up for reading, I hope that you've maybe increased your enjoyment of reading this year, because reading is such a fun thing to do, or it can be a lot of fun to do. Sometimes you're going to have to read things that are not as interesting, but hopefully through this year you've gained some skills in order to know how to approach that kind of reading. You have to kind of approach different types of reading in different ways. And so hopefully we read enough different types of literature that you got some experience being able to do that. I would encourage you to really try to move into maybe a different higher level of books over the summer and through to the next fall. Read lots of different things. Don't just read funny fiction books. Try to read some nonfiction, some biography, comic books, magazines, newspapers, online forums or articles. Try to read a lot of different types of literature so that you're not just reading one thing. And as you read, this was something I tried to point out, to think about how the writer writes and gets his point across, and to do a little investigating into what you're reading. If you pick out a book and, Google search the author, learn about what the author says about the book. Sometimes knowing how the author came up with the ideas, or knowing what the author's idea about the book is, really helps you as you read. If you're reading something and you don't know what something is, remember we talked about look it up. If you come across a word, you don't know what it means, look it up. That will all help to deepen your ability to understand what you're reading. Right as of right now, we are having summer reading projects, which you will be able to access on the school's website. So, go ahead and check that out whenever you get the information from the office that says that you will be, you'll be able to get those files. I just encourage you to read, like Miss Penstrom says. Good readers make great leaders, or what is it? Great readers make great leaders. Anyway, it really does make a difference, and not only in reading class, but in every class that you take. Reading is such a big part of it. So keep reading, and try to enjoy it. Read things that you enjoy reading about. I used to love to read cookbooks just because I like to try different recipes. So read lots of different things. That's the biggest thing I can hopefully pass on to you for next year. All right, that kind of wraps up reading. Just make sure you collect all those books. You get them ready to drop back off at school. If you've got, old books that you want to donate to the class library, I'm always willing to take those books, and if I can't use them, or if I've got too many, I can pass them on. Sometimes the other teachers really like to get, any old books that you're finished reading and you want to donate them back to the school. We'll be glad to take those as well. All right. Bye.